So yesterday was my birthday and I turned 40, and I thought I should probably do some sort of video to commemorate the occasion. And and you know, I actually thought about this a while back as something that we really do need to address. And it's come up again because of my 40th birthday. And um, I've heard a couple people that were not joking. And look, there, when you turn 40, amongst your friends who are able to joke amongst one another, you are going to hear jokes about turning old, and you're going to make them yourself, and that's cool. And you know, I'm going to rib them at their next birthday, and that's what we do. We're friends. That's fine. But people that I don't know well, or I don't know at all, um, either muttering comments or saying something about things going downhill from here, and yeah, who knows? They might. Yeah, just because of the way my life has gone, I I'm actually feeling better than ever. I'm This is certainly the happiest I've ever been in my life, and that you know a lot of that has to do with my kids and my family, and especially yesterday, I I was not expecting my kids to get so excited about my birthday, but they really did. And they help with the cake, they help with wrapping, and they got me gifts. And Kara's claimed that she made the T-shirt that obviously my wife had bought for her to give to me, but it was adorable. She's 2. I mean, it's not like she's 16, right? Um, but I mean, I'm right, kind of at the last year of high school, I really let my health go and my physical condition go, and I got lazy. And throughout my 30s, I was not nearly as lazy as I was in my 20s. But in the last 6 months, I started doing Taekwondo, and I'm in the best shape of my life since about probably 15. And so that, I mean, look, that's just the way my life has gone. I mean, um, certainly I'm not going to tell like a Michael Phelps at 40 that he should be in better health than he was in his 20s. But for me, that's the way it is. And I'm feeling better than ever. I have more energy than ever. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to I'm 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 more excited about life than ever. And and in a lot of that is family, and a lot of that is you know getting some exercise and stuff. But it's like I don't have it all together yet. I'm now a business owner, but we're less than 2 years into this, and it's not all fallen into place yet. There's still a ton of work to do here, and the future of that is uncertain. But I'm more excited about work than ever. And 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 a lot of that is just recognize the recognition of Christian hope. What I described in a previous video is kind of the forgotten Christian virtue, and the depth of that hope, like all virtues, there's no bottom. There's no bottom there. And there's always more hope available to us. Even in the last breath, there's more hope there than you know. Um, so I mean, kind of getting back to the point, it's like I'm hearing these comments being made, um, and a friend of mine who works nearby is having his first child. I was talking to him a little bit the other day, and um, he's getting the kind of comments of it's like, well, you better get your sleep now and all, and these ideas are just so foreign to me. I mean, yes, having a child, you didn't get a lot of sleep. I mean, is that is that what you remember? Is that what you remember about having a baby? Is a lack of sleep? I mean, is that what you remember about turning 40? Oh, it's all downhill from here. Seriously, you that is not that is not the world oppressing you. That is you focusing on the wrong stuff. That is you being the Debbie Downer. As if you have this miracle of childbirth. You have your child in your arms. And what you remember about that is lack of sleep. And again, look, saying that between friends, look, we're gonna rag on each other, right? That that's fine. But when, and I remember this, I mean, it's like people in this grocery store saying that to my wife. And when we were having our first child, my cousin's husband started talking. I mean, he was called over by my grandpa to tell me how hard it was going to be. And he sat there and he talked to me about how wonderful it was. It was a breath of fresh air. And he got it. He understood it. Yeah, of course he had sleepless nights. Who cares? Who cares? Those sleepless nights. I mean, goodness, my youngest is 2, and those sleepless nights are long gone. Right? I mean, yes, there's bad dream nights, but what I'm talking about is like the dragging yourself to work in a daze like a zombie because you were sleeping 0. That happened, and it's done. And it's done. And that was not the biggest thing that was happening in my life right then. Not even close. Not even close. All the problems of having a baby, none of those were the biggest things that was happening. None of those is what I think of about those days. And, and my daughter is having a little terrible 2s, terrible 3s thing going on. And she absolutely freaks out in certain common situations. You know what? That is not the most important thing that's going on right now. The blessings of my life, I have so outpaced the hardships. It's not even a close race. It's not even a close race. And honestly, I mean, and look, and I don't want to make blanket statements here. Some people are going through some terrible stuff. They're going through terrible stuff. But if you're in Christ, you're called to hope. You're called for that hope. I mean, that is one of the Christian virtues. And if you don't have that hope, then you're looking at the wrong stuff. And for some of us, that focus is a lot harder. Okay, that the window we're looking through is a lot grimier. Some people are going through some terrible tragedies, terrible abuse. Okay, and I'm not saying it's easy. Some people are going through, chemical imbalances that make it very hard to hope. I'm not saying it's easy. But I mean, when the biggest problem in your life is that your newborn miracle, made you lose a little bit of sleep, then I'm sorry, you got it. You are so far from being cursed in this life that it's not even, it's not even a thing.